This right now is doing something. I have to think to myself what episode I'm on. I really. Okay, we'll just focus on progress. This is my 2018 MacBook Pro, 13 inch, and I have you on a Gobi tripod. This is the DJI Mic 2. Let's see here. I have done episode 6 already, episode 7. On here I have, see that? It's my podcast page. So episode 7 is what I learned about growing my food. What did I learn from growing my own food? Well, to grow your own food is to have freedom. When I realized that having my own strawberries in my own backyard, or growing lettuce in my backyard, or tomatoes, it became symbiotic in my life. And the reason I word it that way is because I just posted 2 TikToks. The way I approach posting something knowing that it'll blossom into something magnificent, something that it's supposed to, is the same mentality as growing a crop. You're not going to sit there and think, oh, is it going to have 5 petals, or how big is it going to be, or how many fruit is it going to develop? How long is it going to live for? Growing my own food was a segue into replicating an ease of life, a kind of harmony with myself. Growing up, the majority of the stories that my mom would talk about were about being on a farm. She called it a ranch. She'd always say, "Oh yeah, we had to go to the river for this, and tortillas all the way on that hill for that." And one of the stories that always stuck out to me was getting a watermelon, going to a rock, and then just you're just on a lake, on a river. Oh, lunchtime. Like, it just seems so human to me. Some background into my life is I'm a very tedious but also tangentially vibrant kind of person. My mind is thinking about farming. It's also thinking about the podcast. It's also thinking about the laundry I have to go tend to later. It's also thinking about that car horn that's just stopped. It's also thinking about that book I have to go read, or that real estate license that is calling my name. So it's like the farm, the idea of growing my own food, my mind can handle that. It can handle, oh, this water source is going to create this kind of crop. The crops have to be in this sort of pattern or direction on this side facing this direction because of the way the sun travels. Oh, the majority of the crop that I have to tend to has to be something that one person has the facilities to manage. Oh, I have to monitor or take care of the different kinds of elements that are outside of me, like, just say for example, birds, and making sure that the bees are all taken care of and can have a harmonious environment. So the idea of growing my own food is also the idea of understanding chemistry, physics, biology, um, electrical engineering, even being able to be a woodworker, carpenter. So that's why I love that aspect of life. For me, the concept that food can be freedom is also based on the idea that the liberty I have to eat the food is in itself freedom. When I realized that a hyena or a cheetah or a lion could very easily go and latch on to the rear of an animal and take it down and eat of its flesh was also the same form of logic that I realized that that same lion wouldn't go to an apple tree and eat the apple. It could enjoy the apple, sure, 100%. But an orangutan or I believe they're called bimbos or bonobos, they're gonna surely go up to the banana and peel it, like how I would. Um, in that same sense, the notion that the food is cooked, it releases the advanced glycogen end products, in the same sense that the raw amino acid based uh, flesh that is considered fruit and vegetables is also an organic material for which my intestines can break down using the bottomless pit for which we call the intestines. So yeah, growing food is a, a freedom up there penciled in next to the penned in uh, protection of self and producing energy for the self. Because if you could produce your own energy and protect yourself, if you could produce your own energy that happens to actually protect you, then by definition, all you would need is to clean your water, grow your food, and you'd be independent from everything. I could go into more about that, but we're focused here on the topic of what did I learn from growing my own food because now if I had a farmer in front of me, the simple questions that I'd ask so that I could learn more would be, um, have you ever encountered contaminated soil, and did you ever use coffee or cannabis to take care of that? Um, have you ever used well water, and did you see any difference between the well water and any other water that you'd previously used? When it comes to the moon cycles, do you ever notice a difference between harvesting a crop at full moon and harvesting a crop at the new moon? So that's what I've learned by growing my own food is just in the same way that tides rise and there's more water on the shores and that 28-day flow cycle of women all happens to sync up with this thing called the full moon is the same way that the food that's being grown right there in front of me is influenced in which by definition there would be more water inside of the fruit and the fruit would have a different characteristic for which when compared to a new moon fruit there could be a subjective difference. So I'll keep it as simple as that. And I'll just say take care. All the best.